to condemn what happened. How does that play a role, if at all, when it comes to the investigation moving forward, the facts being laid out clearly, but then also, of course, you have, the public opinion there as well?
Yeah, very, very difficult, Stephanie. I can't even imagine as looking at the live pictures, right? There, more and more people are coming out. And then, of course, there is the asking of the locals there to be safe and to be peaceful, but and then of course utilizing their First Amendment rights to speak out, to protest. But I agree with you. I felt like there was a contradiction in that message. You cannot both ask to de-escalate the situation, to diffuse what is hot-tempered situation, but at the same
What's
time
up, Tapatios? What's
making
up, Sig?
rebuking
Yes.
marks
Nova.
about ICE in
This is
totality, and telling
live
them
right
they
now.
should leave both the area as well as the state. So I just see that everyone needs to cool their tempers.
Yeah,
They need to
this shit seems
uh,
off to me.
the
She was in a car, so we shot her.
support behind
I mean, millions of motherfucking people are in a car.
in tandem. Both
We're
the
gonna
federal
shoot 'em,
are going to look at
You know?
the officer involved
Like,
shooting
come
as,
on,
as
man.
is the federal officer. And then, of course, the state, the locals,
This is
Minneapolis, looking
crazy
at
to me.
from whatever violations there may be. But there is that federal standard. There is that standard that all of law enforcement has, federal, state, or local, that
Hey, they're
to
going
take
to
a life
investigate
only
themselves, so
when the
guys,
life
you
of
can
another
feel
is in threat,
comfortable in
whether it be
that.
their own or thereby of another. And that standard is the same throughout. So I just caution any elected official and any officials, as we saw in that press conference, that de-escalation practices, that first and foremost be given to now a whole new set of people coming on, investigators from both federal, state, and local agencies that need to secure that scene. And that scene is very tight. That scene is not just where the shooting took place, but they have to look at what happened prior to, and then ultimately the resting place of the vehicle, and then ultimately where that officer. So you have not just the inner perimeter, but then you have a much larger perimeter.
I'm just glad that
and
we
I
have
can
all these
see
cops that
anytime you
are,
have
judge,
very angry
jury, and
people
God at the end of the
coming
day.
to a scene, that
Otherwise, why would we do?
evidence can be lost, that cell phone or wherever could be lost, and so ultimately the
And if it
de-escalation
wasn't for
comes
cops
from
like that, our
both the
court
federal
systems
partners.
would be
They may be
jammed
very
up, wouldn't
upset
it?
on the local level, our politicians, but they need to defer to a proper investigation and allow the facts to bear out. I don't like hearing the fact that in one sense you're telling everybody to de-escalate and to have love in your heart, while at the same time telling the very agency that is a legitimate law enforcement agency out there to do what they are mandated to do, and then telling them to get out. So it's a very contradicting message. It's and so thereby I think what we're seeing is the fruits of that contradiction, where people are coming out, and then ultimately will there be more acts of violence as a sense of enragement, and so ultimately it's a calm that needs to be called out across the board, federal, state, and local, and ultimately say, allow the facts to bear out, and then wherever those pieces of evidence lead us to, prosecutors will make a decision based upon that.
And we are seeing the very large crowd continuing to gather. And Scott, you were mentioning, just the importance of peace. And I did want to share this. This is from the city of Minneapolis, saying that we recognize the public's constitutional rights of free expression and peaceful assembly. It's important to our democracy. it's also important to keep everyone safe while amplifying the voices of our community. And to your point about, making sure that as the investigation continues, people do remain peaceful as the facts come out. I also wanted to ask you, just in terms of the next steps, this is an active investigation. Different agencies are working in tandem.
Guys.
What might we expect and when?
Yeah, so it's tough to have a deadline, right? So that's why,
What I wanna know
as
is-
you just read that statement, Stephanie,
Well,
it
what I
should
wanna know
be,
is-
don't go to the scene. There's no need to be at the
Don't
scene
all these people have a
because
job? Don't they have something
as
better to
additional
do than to be
resources and
surrounding these ICE
investigators
agents
are
that
getting
just,
there, they're
you
going to
know,
have to navigate
were
their way through
heroes?
that scene. So it's that in of itself, it should be
To work.
congregate elsewhere and let
Get
that
to work.
scene speak for itself
They're
to
getting
the
their own
investigators
self.
who need to collect all the evidence that is there, and there's a trove of evidence. With regards to the next step, it's this I can believe is going to be an all-nighter with regards to once the evidence response teams come in. They need to try to recreate that scene,
Self-defense.
and then all the video, just the different aspects,
What's up,
all the
dude?
different
What's
sides.
up, Gregory?
You might have somebody that
Appreciate y'all
shot
stopping in.
or
Thanks for hitting that
filming
thumbs up.
only
that.
a part of what was actually unfolding,
I mean, this
and
is
it
in
could
Minnesota.
show favor to
Really
one side, when in
doesn't really
totality
necessarily have anything to
it
do with
could be
me.
a completely
but
different
I get
picture.
tired of
That's
seeing
why
this shit.
it is
man.
very important to hold off on any type of judgment, and then ultimately prosecutors from both the federal government
and then
and
what follows?
the
you know,
local
we
government that
investigated
has
ourselves,
jurisdiction
found
there,
ourselves in no wrongdoing.
they will be able
You know?
to
I
present
get tired of that
those
shit, man.
facts that is gathered by detectives and agents
I need a job too,
and
Nova.
present them to what I believe I know in a federal system is a federal grand jury, and then prosecutors, and if Minneapolis has that same sense of next step of whether somebody should be charged here, and then
And
those
that's it, Nova.
pieces
It's
of
getting
evidence,
old,
that
man.
investigation, once it's complete. Now we could be talking several months,
I mean, they clearly
definitely,
draw a line in the sand
to
over and over.
ultimately have a decision
They
by
do have a monopoly on
both.
violence.
You're going to have at
my
least two
opinion.
different jurisdictions making decisions to whether or not to move forward with the prosecution as the evidence has led us to, or to say this was a lawful decision, even though a heavy weighted decision.
I mean, imagine
this
if
was
they
a
find
lawful
the
decision
shooter is
where an
guilty.
officer
He's not going to get
believed
shit anyways.
that the
You know what I mean?
person was a
Like,
danger
it
to
gets
their
old,
life,
man.
and so thereby
Unarmed
took
American
that
citizen in
ultimate
self-defense.
action of using
Yeah,
their
dude.
weapon.
Because she
And
had
so
a
that
car.
I could
She
easily
had a
see
car,
this going
guys. She had a car.
several months, if not longer,
That's fucking
before a
crazy,
final
dude.
decision is
Again,
made.
Now you're
I
not
don't
even
know
safe
everything
driving your
about
car.
it. I
Prosecutors
don't. I'm not
ultimately
gonna act like I do.
will weigh
but
in on a decision to
I'm just sick
prosecute
of
or
this
not
shit,
prosecute.
dude. They're
And I
not.
did
They're
want to
not
share
the
this
judge.
live
They're
look
not the
to our
jury.
viewers and to everyone, as this is a different vantage
That-
point
that-
from this
That person
scene
didn't
of
hurt
that
anybody,
ICE
from what the reports are.
involved shooting. Scott, when we were hearing from Police
Sort of
Chief Brian
blow
O'Hara,
the
we were
fucking
hearing from
brains out
Mayor
all over
Jacob
the
Fry
car,
of
guys.
Minneapolis.
I mean,
There was a
I'm
question
sorry, but
as
it's
to
too
who
much
was
for
this
me.
woman
It's fucked up.
who was fatally shot, and they declined to
Fatally shot.
identify
Fucking
her or
in the
really
head,
share a little
dude.
bit of the
Pow!
details surrounding this driver. We'll probably be hearing and learning a little bit more as the investigation continues. As we're continuing to learn details, is there anything in
How much you want to
particular
bet they
that
find a gun in
has
the car?
stood out to you?
Yeah. So ultimately,
Right, get to work. Go to work,
because
fools.
a ICE officer has stated, right, or at least that we're learning, that I was defending not only my life but the life of my surrounding
Officer safety,
law
boys and
enforcement
girls.
partners, and so thereby there's an allege
Johnny.
that
Officer
somebody
safety.
was doing harm, not with a weapon as a knife or a gun, but with a weapon called the car. And so that car is a weapon. It's a lethal weapon. And once that, there's an impact, absolute serious bodily injury, if not death, can occur. So I imagine that the investigation not only taking place at the scene, but that there will be subsequent search warrants conducted on this person's
Minority
home.
Report shit.
What
You know,
were
it can happen.
were they writing? Were they communicating? Was there any indication through text, through, so you'll have to go through digital media, through their phone computers? Was this something a spur of the moment, or was this something that somebody said, hey, I know there's going to be a targeted ICE enforcement operation. I'm going to go to that scene,
but they want to fucking be violent,
and this
right?
is what I'm going to do. There might be evidence of
There's
that.
no
So
other
that's
way
why I see
but to splatter this fucking
subsequent
lady's
search
fucking
warrants
head
being
all over,
done
dude. Like,
on
I
this
don't know.
individual's computer, digital, whatever that they may have, to further what they believe to
it's
be
fucked up to me.
an action taken
Like I say,
against
I'm
law
not
enforcement.
involved in this. I don't
This
know
is
the
not something
information,
that's just
guys.
at the
I'm
scene
obviously
of
just
where the
showing you
shooting
what the
took
fuck
place,
Fox
but
is
like
saying.
well beyond, and
I believe
so
them
thereby
for sure,
very
right?
timely. But
You know,
but as you can see under the
this
circumstances,
guy talking,
there
dude, he's
is a
fucking
tremendous
retired
amount of
fucking
emotions,
cop, dude. I
justified
believe
emotions,
him.
right? That people have on both sides, just weighing in on this. But this is going to go beyond what we see here with the cameras. That
Did this
ultimately,
happen
with
at an
search
ICE
warrants,
facility,
etc.,
or did
and
this
see
happen
what
like in a
additional
neighborhood
information could be
somewhere?
obtained.
And Scott, you're talking about this
Well, I think
investigation going
what I think
beyond
what
this
happened is they
particular
ramped up-
area.
They ramped
But
up
I have to
ICE
imagine that it
in the
goes beyond
neighborhood, and there was
even
a
the
protest
maybe
of
even
sorts
the
or
digital
something, is
footprint
what
of
I
this
understand.
driver who was involved.
Again,
There are
I don't
so
know. I'm
many
new to this.
cities
It
right
just happened
now, I have to
a little over an
imagine,
hour
that
ago, and
are watching this
sources are
unfold,
shifty.
and
I don't have
you know
nobody
they're
on the ground to tell me
they're receiving
facts.
this
I don't
information.
trust
There's
these
been a
fuckers,
lot of
you know.
inflammatory dialogue
Right,
from
Blivitz?
all sides when it comes to this issue of ICE going into areas to crack down on illegal immigration. From that law enforcement perspective, even if you're law enforcement or a lawmaker, an official, not in Minneapolis, I have to imagine what's unfolding right now live there is going to impact cities across the nation. What are the conversations right now that law enforcement are having as they might prepare for something like this to happen in their area?
Yeah, Stephanie, you're 100% correct with regards
Yeah,
to
it was out of the
where
way,
do we go
completely out of the
forward from
way.
here.
Exactly. That's what I understand too,
Having seen
Blivitz.
different numbers, whether
There
it
was
be
no
8,000%,
actual true
3,000%,
threat.
whatever it is a tremendous increase in not only threats, but actual threats,
Disaster,
as we've
bro.
seen in
It's a
Dallas
path of fucking disaster.
in the latter
dude.
part of 2025 with
My
regards
kids and
to
grandkids
a
gotta live
shooting
here,
in
dude.
near Sallyport at an ICE detention facility. So having been a fugitive investigator myself, if
From my
in
understanding,
fact
there's
I want
videos
to
of
go
shit, guys.
and
It's not
locate
gonna
and
take
make an
long.
arrest, I want to do it as stealth as possible.
People had their cameras
And
going
so
out
I
there.
would see these investigations ultimately, if ICE is certainly
It's gonna
targeting
take a little bit.
those who
I'm
are
sure
the
those
most
videos are
violent,
gonna get a little edit,
who
you
are
know, so
also
they can be
here
put out
illegally,
online, and
that then they are to be located,
people are gonna see.
arrested,
Because like
and
Blivitz says,
safely
dude, that agent was
taken
clear.
into
There was
custody,
no imminent
and then to
danger,
go through whatever judicial process, deportation, etc.
from what I
So
understand.
I would
He was
think
blocking
that
the
the
road,
conversation is
and what could
this is just
possibly
continuing
be
to
considered
escalate,
a
and
vehicle,
we are continuing to
a
see
weapon of
people
mass
who are
destruction,
coming out.
basically, right?
One thing to be in
Deadly weapon.
support of your
Crazy.
fellow neighbor, who
Go
may or
home
may not
nothing,
be here
be
illegally,
happy.
who may or may not have a
Sure.
prior arrest record. And it's another thing
Or you be dead like that lady, right?
to interfere with legitimate law enforcement
No
operations.
judge.
And I think
We
there's
gave her the death
this
sentence.
blurring
That cop.
of what to me is a very clear line. And I feel like there's going to be a need of an education. There's also going to
Yeah,
be
they're
need
coming. They're coming. There's a
for
lot of
politicians
people
as well as our
when it
law
happens.
enforcement leaders
They ain't gonna be able to cover
to be very clear that, hey, it's good to have an opinion on what is happening here.
fucking day,
However,
right,
we are
Johnny?
targeting
That was me, bro.
certain types of
I don't
criminals.
want to be covered.
And so thereby I would hope that they
Here we
go
are.
back to more of a stealth, as I always enjoyed as investigator. I want to come across somebody quietly, peacefully. Nobody knows they were arrested, and now they go through the judicial process, and so be it. That
Hey,
is
she didn't get no
ultimately
judicial process.
how our
fucker.
communities will be
about that?
safer. But what is happening here unfold today but it almost seems like it was foretold, and it will only get worse if everything doesn't change top down with regards to how and what is taking place with
They're going to
these
investigate
type of
themselves,
arrests.
though.
And to your point, Scott, this is what Fox News has shared. And we were hearing it live on Live Now from Fox, raw and unfiltered. Mayor Jacob Fry telling ICE to get the
He did
out
say
of
that. Get the fuck out of Minneapolis,
as he
dude.
was discussing the ICE
government of
involved shooting
Minneapolis is
rhetoric,
sick about it,
obviously
from what I
actions,
understand.
but words as well,
didn't
especially
want ICE there
when
to
we are
begin with.
hearing from
And now they're
leaders
telling them,
talking
"Get the
about
fuck
law
out."
enforcement and the safety of all individuals, whether they are
I seen
civilians or law
interview
enforcement agents
with
that
one of
are
the city
carrying
council
out
members
their
earlier.
mission. This is the
Same thing.
directive
Get the
that they
fuck
were
out.
given, and
We don't want
they
you
are
here.
doing their job right there.
This is
As we
why.
continue to take a look at these aerial
Sadly,
views,
it's the local law
that
enforcement that's going to have to
crime
deal with the
scene,
repercussions of what
cordoned
that
off there
federal
with
officer
the
just
police
did, I think.
tape. As we're all watching this unfold, we're learning a little bit more
Just my
information,
opinion.
Scott. But before we let you go, as a retired FBI supervisory
That's
special
not good,
agent,
Sid.
you've had a lot of
Not good.
experience
That's what I
with
mean,
really
like,
high stakes
The whole situation
and very nuanced and sensitive
need to be.
situations, particularly when it comes to this issue. And we've
Well, if
seen
you
it
want to switch
evolve
over to my
the
screen
many
really quick,
months,
because I have no
and
controls
possibly
on
devolve
this account.
as well as
Yeah, I got
tensions continue to rise.
You asked about a shooting that we just had in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It was an act of domestic terrorism. What happened was our ICE officers were out in enforcement action. They got stuck in the snow because of the adverse weather that is in Minneapolis. They were attempting to push out their vehicle, and a woman attacked them and those surrounding them and attempted to run them over and ram them with her vehicle. An officer of ours acted quickly and defensively shot to protect himself and the people around him. And my understanding is that she was hit and is deceased.
She was just trying to help push the cop car out of the snowbank. What the fuck? Jeez, man.
Continuing to gather more information, but this goes to show the assaults that our ICE officers and our law enforcement are under every single day.
Right there, trying to cover it up, make it a thing against the cops.
The lady
He's the
just tried to
citizen.
fucking help him out of the snowbank at the most, guys. I mean, come on. I'm just saying.
To get out, there's that contradiction, and so that's why I would hope that frontline supervisors, those on the street, and then of course those who are making the very policy decisions at the top, that there are some very serious behind the scenes conversation where politicians, law enforcement leaders, and everybody can say, how do we move forward? And be able to do it in a way where we can better educate people.
Because now they're getting boots on the ground. It's been a little over
because this is taking place, and this is not going to be a one and done, as we have seen this continue to escalate in the better part of a year. This may be now that tipping point, and it will take some really hard conversations to perhaps
I've been looking. I can't find anything just
yet.
On how these things are done for the safety of everyone.
And
speaking of that, this is from Senator Amy Klobuchar saying, my team is gathering information about the ICE-related shooting this morning in Minneapolis. I'll share updates as they are available. Please stay safe. And part of that, and I wanted to share this live look there of people continuing to gather. There's a difference between, as you were mentioning, Scott, peacefully gathering and sharing your viewpoint, but peacefully, versus, some of the violence that we have been seeing throughout the country there as well. This is an aerial view of this there as well, as we continue to follow the very latest. Scott, before we let you go, from your perspective with the FBI, any other, specific areas that you are focusing on as we continue to learn more information? As of this point, we still do not know the identity of the woman who was shot and killed after ICE says that she tried to ram one of the agents with her car. We don't know, what her connection of anything is as we're learning more, but anything specifically that you're going to keep a very close eye on in the coming days and weeks.
Yeah, ultimately, I have full faith that the law enforcement partners doing the investigation are going to do it. They come in neutrally.
Man, I
trained to
really
do
hope
that.
there was private
And
video
if the
that
facts
caught
bear
that.
out one way, that
I think
it's
there-
a
think there
bad
was. There was
shoot.
a few
The
people out there.
investigation is done. The evidence is shown. So be it. It is a very hard decision. It's also where if the facts show absolutely in support of the law enforcement officer, that when the investigation is complete, and that's why I say it's really methodical, going through, gathering the words, the written, the digital, all the bystanders who might have seen something, and then ultimately collected that on a phone. That all that needs to be put together, and that's why it ultimately comes down to have patience. Have patience. Not only the people there and the people surrounding, the people watching, and perhaps whatever the next community is, that they simply step back, take a deep breath, put your emotions aside, and say what other facts, and ultimately allow that evidence to sway you and be swayed by a legitimate law enforcement investigation, both on the federal level and the state level. So that way, legitimate law enforcement operations beyond ICE to any fugitive that is hunted down by law enforcement, that we will not see individuals taken upon themselves to impede that flow of law enforcement. So that's ultimately this is going to take some doing and take some really hard thought as to, do we stay where we're going, or do we change up our tactics? And that's ultimately what I would like to see come out from our elected officials.
All right, Scott Duffy, as always, we appreciate you joining us here on Live Now from Fox.
Thank you, Stephanie.
And we just got this social media post from Minnesota Governor Tim Walz saying, "I've seen the video. Don't believe the propaganda machine. The state will ensure there is a full, fair, and expeditious investigation to ensure accountability and justice." So we continue to hear from lawmakers.
Well, the full
this
video's
is a
out
live
there,
look
obviously,
here
right?
from the scene. This is a helicopter view after a woman is dead after an ICE-involved shooting in Minnesota. This is a social media post from Fox News correspondent Chad Pergram saying, "Emmer on Minnesota ICE shooting. Our brave ICE agents put their lives on the line every day to protect our communities from dangerous criminals. May God bless and protect them in their efforts. Shame on the elected officials who endanger these agents by spewing lies and hateful rhetoric." Meantime, the crowd continues to gather there at the scene of the shooting as we continue to gather more information.
Yeah,
and a federal
they're putting out
agent
that,
shooting and killing a
they're putting out
Minneapolis
that
driver when
information
she
of her trying to
allegedly
ram the
tried
ICE
to
agents to
run
try and
over
stop the
law
people from
enforcement
gathering and
officers during an
Right.
and
immigration
whatnot and so
crackdown
forth.
Right,
in
the
the
quality.
city.
They got to try
That's
to
according
keep them
to
calm, right?
authorities. The
Right.
ICE officer shooting the woman in her vehicle in this residential neighborhood in Minneapolis. For more on this, we're going to continue our coverage with Fox 9 Minneapolis.
What if she was just trying to go around the ICE agents that were stuck in the ice?
Slipped on the same ice they
was
did or
blocking
whatever.
Portland,
Yeah,
so the
that's what I
ICE
mean.
agents could not leave. She was perpendicular in the road. They could not leave. Some of the ICE agents, a couple of them got out of the car, approached her car, and that's when she was trying to leave and she backed up. There was an agent, he says, on the left kind of corner of her car, but near her window. And as she tried to pull forward, he says, to leave, that officer fired 3 times into her face. Now, when I asked him, was his hand in the window or outside the window? Was his hand actually inside the vehicle when he fired, when she tried to pull away? He said He wasn't sure. It was very close to the window. It could have been in, could have been out. He wasn't sure. But as you've seen in past cases of officer-involved shootings, we've seen that hand in the window become an issue on whether it was a justified shooting or not. A lot of folks around here say it wasn't justified. She wasn't a threat. She wasn't trying to run anybody over. But it's really unclear. I think that's probably going to end up being a crucial point in this. Was his hand inside the window as she was driving off? Was he fearing that he would be dragged away? And we don't know. There's a lot of video out there, and we're all obviously looking at it. It's very viral right now. There's tons of video. So everybody's kind of going through it. But I think that's going to end up being a crucial point. Now, Simone, you asked me earlier about our experience, and it was, you know, between ICE agents who were trying to leave and then protesters here who were protesting their presence. We were watching a vehicle, an ICE vehicle that was trying to leave. Protesters were blocking that vehicle, pounding on the windows as well. And at one point, as they were trying to leave, the protesters wouldn't move. They got pepper sprayed. We got caught in that chemical spray. And if you have contacts, it's 10 times worse. So it was, it's very, very painful. The skin, the eyes, and you're coughing and your nose is running like crazy. But we're fine. We're fine in the end. You know, eventually it wears off. Use water, milk, whatever. So we're all okay in the end. But that's been the story pretty much out here throughout the day, is the agitators and the protesters and the ICE agents and police, MPD, Hennepin County Sheriff out here, FBI, this back and forth between them. We did witness earlier the protesters throwing things at the agent, you know, snowballs, ice balls, other things at the agents. Agents were obviously getting very upset and frustrated with everything happening out here.
I found the video.
These cars that are being towed away, I can't help but wonder if when they are towed away, if the police pack up and leave, because I believe they were here protecting the scene, protecting the cars,
now,
because obviously it's evidence of the shooting. And so I wonder if when the cars leave, if police leave, and then maybe this comes to an ending here at 34th and Portland. But that's pretty much the situation up here. I think I read there was a vigil here at 5 o'clock that's being organized. Still a lot of folks out here as well, kind of watching what's happening, watching the police, watching law enforcement, and still shouting, screaming, a lot of obscenities. Obviously very upset about the shooting this morning.
Hey, Karen, I was wondering actually if the camera can move. What was Amy? Thanks for being with us. If the camera can kind of move a little bit, I don't know if we're able to see anything behind you, or we hear a lot of voices, but I'm curious exactly, you know, where they're coming from.
Oh, let's swing the camera. Swing the camera.
Thank you, Melissa.
Yes, they're away from the cars being towed away, and that's where most.
Get the fuck out of our neighborhood!
What the fuck? Dude, what the fuck?
Dude, you did a murder for what?
So
get the fuck out of our neighborhood.
So we can't see. All right, pause it right there. We can't see that the front end smashed up at all yet, right? It looked like after that is when it got smashed up. To me, right? Let it roll. You see what I'm saying? No, I don't know.
Well, she tried to drive away, and when they shot her, of course, she was still driving when she passed away because of the gunshot.
Right. Yeah,
and
like
smashed
she
into
was
that
on the
other
pedal,
car.
right? And that mashed it. Yeah. Out of the fucking car.
What the fuck?
And dude, all right, so you see the crashes afterwards, and dude, not any of those cops were in front of that car. I hate to say that. I mean, there just wasn't.
I don't know. I think this guy here.
That's the one that shot, I think.
Yeah, that was the guy that shot, and
yeah,
I think
he wasn't in front of the car. He couldn't have shot into the fucking side window and not through the windshield if he was in front of the car. You know what I mean? He didn't shoot through the windshield. He shot through the window.
And
he wasn't in front of the fucking car, dude.
No,
None
the
of
lady
what?
backed up to make sure
And they're
that she
telling her
didn't
to
get-
leave, go, go, go. And then fucking here she's trying to go. And then they're like, no, get out of the fucking car. Now you get out of the fucking car.
Notice how the citizens go running for the car, not the officers.
Right. Well, he
Dude,
he
you
knows
did
it's not a threat no
Murder
more.
for what?
And that's
Get
why
the
the
fuck
white
out of our
cars
neighborhood.
on the flatbed too, right? Because this car hit that car afterwards. Yep. All right, and that sounded like 3 shots to me.
What the fuck?
It does sound
Dude,
like 3
what
to
the
me.
fuck?
Hey, I don't know, guys, but you get what you allow, you know? I don't get it.
Right, Nova. The only damage was from the impact after they crashed after she was shot.
Sure looks that way. So how was she ramming the vehicles, the police vehicles that the news Fox was just saying? See what I'm saying? Fox is biased as a motherfucker, dude. Oh, she was ramming the police vehicles. Where'd you see her ram into any fucking police vehicle?
Well, it's not just Fox. I mean, I've been scrolling
Yeah,
through
all
all
of
the
them. You know what I mean,
all
dude.
the agencies, all the news
Come
agencies.
on, it's
saying the same
Mockingbird,
thing.
dude. I mean, it's yeah, it's all
You-
of them. I'm just saying, man. I
you-
wish I had boots on the ground right now to be, you know,
You've got
sharing
the
their
senator
shit.
over there saying it was an act of domestic violence or domestic terrorism.
Yeah,
Well, and we don't even know. Did she purposely block the road? Was she trying to turn around? Did she slip
Was
in
she
the ice
parked
and
and
her car went
leaving? If
sideways?
you look, it's like if you see where this
Huh?
Hyundai is right here, that's parked. So if she's like coming out of a parking space and then sees the fucking truck that's unmarked pull up with the fucking lights on and she stops, right? And then they're like, no, go, go, go. Well, you don't know who these people is. Look, Harvey Freeberg just exposed that motherfucker the other day, acting as ICE, dude. Like, how are these people any different? There's no markings on their fucking vehicle. You can see it in the video. It's just a regular pickup truck. I mean, come on, man. That's just a regular ass pickup truck, dude. If the fucking, it's got some fucking Temu lights in the front, bro. Like, come on.
Well, hold on a second. They said that the news agency said that this vehicle was stuck in the snow, right?
Dude, they're so full of shit, ain't they? Hey, how do you get stuck in that amount of snow, you people? Come on, brother. Hey, and all you fucking chatters, you guys know, especially all my friends up north there, you guys know that
I
you
don't
ain't
know.
stuck in that snow, dude. Sorry.
I don't
Fuck
know.
that.
I
believe
don't know if that. I
that
don't know
either.
if that Ford can handle that snow.
Right. I mean, I gotta agree. Probably that's why it's on the hard pavement over there. But I'm just saying, dude, these guys are playing games. We can show that real easy already.
Right?
Shit
It
does
didn't take
not look
long
good, dude.
It didn't take long to totally drop all of their comments on Fox News right
Like
now.
I say,
just with this
Sig,
one
I'm having
clip.
a hard time this time, bro. I mean, they look guilty as fuck to me, dude. And we'll never know. She'll never get a chance to run through court, you know? You can see, all right, back it up. Hold on. One
Dude, you
second.
did
Back it up.
what?
Back it up. Back it up. Back it up.
I'm gonna let it replay.
Get the fuck out.
Okay, so
All right.
it
All right.
looks like
All right,
this
so
is an
all that-
officer
no, all
right
that
here.
aside, all that's aside, right? Yeah, those are going. But all this aside, watch on the other side of the street on the sidewalk and pay attention because it looks like ICE was making arrests over there. Okay, that's what I think I see. I don't know. That's why I was saying run it back. You may have even stop it, but I think somebody in a yellow shirt may be being escorted out in handcuffs.
Well, and if you look at this guy here, the front guy, he's got markings on his jacket. He's got a holster and everything
Right.
like that. I think this is the guy that shot her. What is he doing with his phone out?
And the one behind her is definitely filming him, not her. It appears from this angle.
Oh yeah.
You know, like she's stalking her him
Out of our
around.
neighborhood.
If women can
Get the fuck out of our neighborhood.
What the fuck? Dude, what the fuck?
Right there. Oh, okay. It's not what I seen.
Dude, you
It's not what I seen. So there is two people over there, and it looks like the one grabbed the other one's hand, like, let's get the fuck out of here. At first, I thought maybe I was seeing an arrest go down back there or something, but no. They both got out of that truck, two vehicles, and then where's the other vehicle for the other cop there? What's he driving? A fucking Civic or something, you know? I mean,
Well, maybe he was driving the vehicle that she just crashed into.
exactly, no, but there's not enough snow there to be stuck, dude. Like, hell, even that lady just hit the telephone pole. They'll just back that right out of there. I mean, come on, man. It's just, I don't know, man. This is fucked up, guys. It really is.
Well,
Officer
hold on.
safety,
If you go,
guys.
if you go
Officer
back over to
safety.
Fox,
3 to the
there's shit
face.
going down in Fox.
3 to the face, officer safety,
Switch back over to Fox.
you know.
Oh, they're on commercial.
They're on a
break.
commercial break.
The one that I'm watching.
They got to
the
get
one-
their story right, man.
Well, the one that I'm watching right now, they're releasing tear gas and shit.
Yeah, they did that earlier. And now
okay,
they're
that
going to
was
tell
earlier?
everybody, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. Watch, that's what's
Well,
next, dude.
Yeah. So let me send you this link.
Just put it in the private. Yeah. It's just fucking stupid, dude. This is dumb. They're just doing their job, dude.
Oh, it looks like we got a different angle. Go ahead and click back on mine. It looks like we've got a different angle.
All right. I got you. What do you think about that, Rob? Live there, bro. Get out of the fucking car.
No! Shame! Shame!
He was bunny clear, right? And didn't we just see this happen not too long ago? We have I swear to you guys, I have damn near the identical video to this, minus the 3 to the face. Leave. No, stay. And then, yeah, dude. And then they tased the guy in the fucking face, and they tased him 33 fucking times while he was handcuffed. Okay, I've seen this type of shit before.
What the fuck? You just fucking, what the fuck did you do?
Definitely not gonna get run over. He's trying to leave.
No! No! Shame! Shame! Oh my fucking god! What the fuck? What the fuck? You just fucking, what the fuck did you do?
Man,
They can do whatever they want.
he did his job. Just doing
He did
his
his
job,
job.
guys. Just doing his job. This is just wow. You're right. You're right, Nudie. I think you're right, man. And yeah, I don't know. So like Nova, I think it was Nova said it. So they're saying this escalator or whatever's stuck because they're the one blocking the fucking road, right? So is that the other ICE agent's vehicle that's stuck? Because only 2 got out of the truck from what I could see. So this door is ajar. I'm assuming the other agent must have been driving it. I'm just assuming. But
Well, these videos are already out. I'm pretty sure there's extended videos out here of the whole entire interaction. These are just cut down short. I just got to find them.
I mean, definitely this vehicle hasn't been rammed,
No.
and neither has the other vehicle. So let's rule that right out right fucking now, dude, right? Like that's bullshit. That's bullshit. She wasn't ramming any fucking vehicles, period. Point blank. That's a fucking lie. From either angle, you can see. No. And look at, there would be any type of damage to any of the vehicles. There's not. She was not ramming shit. No damage happened until after she had took 3 to the face and had no control of that vehicle. They made it a deadly weapon, right? I mean, what if kids would have been walking down that sidewalk right there, dude? Like, they don't give a fuck, man.
No.
Yeah, they won't do nothing.
No! Shame! Oh my fucking God! What the fuck?
So another question arises. He had plenty of time to move out of the way. Right?
100%.
Had plenty of time to move out of the way.
Wasn't in the way. Let's get that right, dude. Look at the gap.
Yeah.
He was most definitely not in the way of that little Honda Pilot. Guaranteed, dude. No way.
But why are you going to stick yourself? I mean, I understand, whatever. They've got a hard job or whatever. But why are you going to put yourself in front of a vehicle for somebody that didn't do a damn thing? Because if
she was told to get out.
Well, right. But if this is the vehicle that was blocking her off, because that's blocking her lane of travel, again, what if she was trying to go around the vehicle?
Right.
And they're yelling all types of orders at her,
right,
and she's confused.
Right. I could see that happening. This guy up here, who's stuck, he's pissed off. He's stuck in a ½ inch of fucking snow. He tries to take it out, yelling orders at her and shit. And then the partners come up, block the road behind, right? Because they're rowing in teams. And then he's like, oh, he's going to show him, right? Because it's the one coming from the pickup truck that says, now you can get out, and starts grabbing her door handle and shit, right? So I think, yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to have to find the extended
I think he's going to be
videos.
exonerated. I mean, sad to say, but that's just what we see happen over and over. They'll investigate themselves and they'll be exonerated. And to make sure you drop those links in the chat, YouTube, for anybody that wants to go back and check them out, and pause and any of that, So let's see. I'm gonna go over here real quick. See what these guys are saying now.
Chief Brian O'Hara of Minneapolis PD did not have as strong as language as the mayor did when it came to sort of saying that this was, not self-defense. He was very, very careful because clearly law enforcement, he needs to be very careful. This investigation is now turned over to the FBI and the BCA here locally to see if any Minnesota state laws were broken, and that is a standard procedure. So a couple of different agencies handling things moving forward as far as the investigation goes. Again, we're queuing up that video for you so that we can show you the video that we have in our newsroom here. We won't show it
it's a
lot.
monopoly on violence.
We want to show it in just very deliberate ways and just let you know that what you're about to see is the entire incident where this woman is was shot by a nice agent. So let's just take a look.
No! No! Shit! Shit!
All right, we are blurring this incident because we do want to be mindful of that. But Fox 9 Minneapolis was sharing some video that they claim was of the entire incident.
You guys understand what happened from that
involving this
video?
deadly ICE-related
Thanks for
shooting.
showing it,
We, of
Fox.
course, are very mindful in terms of
Oh,
what
do
we
without
show
it.
right here on Live Now from Fox. So we did want to share that with you. This is a live look, though, of the scene as crowds continue to gather right here, as we are waiting for Minnesota Governor Tim Walz to hold a briefing coming up in just about 20 minutes time. So this is a live look here at the aftermath.
Don't forget,
after,
guys, all those
an ICE
protesters out
agent
there got
shot
their
and
kids in
killed
Somalian
a female
daycares.
driver that
They don't work.
say was trying to ram into officers.
Allegedly.
And so we did want to share that with you. So coming up in just about 20 minutes, we will be hearing from Minnesota Governor Tim Walz to speak on this. We were hearing from Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey, as well as Police Chief Brian O'Hara just a short time ago. And we were also hearing from Secretary Noem as she was addressing this. And I did want to share that with you in just a little bit. However, we do want to head back to our Fox 9 Minneapolis team as they're continuing their coverage. Now, they were sharing some video that we did not want to show, as they say it was of this entire incident. We, of course, want to be mindful of what we do share there live on screen. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to play out Secretary Noem's reaction to this as we continue our coverage.
So a couple of questions there. You asked about a shooting that we just had in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It was an act of domestic terrorism. What happened was our ICE officers were out in an enforcement action. They got stuck in the snow because of the adverse weather that is in Minneapolis. They were attempting to push out their vehicle, and a woman attacked them and those surrounding them and attempted to run them over and ram them with her vehicle. An officer of ours acted quickly and defensively shot to protect himself and the people around him. And my understanding is that she was hit and is deceased. We're continuing to gather more information, but this goes to show the assaults that our ICE officers and our law enforcement are under every single day.
And that's it, guys. Take that to heart. He's defending the country and everything it stands for. You know?
Okay, I found a post.
What we have going on these days.
I found a post on Facebook. Oh, you've got it up?
Yeah, get out of here.
So the ICE was telling her to get out. She was trying to turn her car around. That's why she was in the road. The ICE agent was in front of her car, and he pulled out a gun and put it right in.
Yeah, the video shows nothing of what she said, Nova, but that's what you're getting. I mean, it's fucked up, guys. It's fucked up. Hey, but I'm sure there's gonna be a lot more coming on this. I just wanted to bring it out here. You know, they're all stuck here, guys. They're all stuck trying to push the car out.
Yeah, he wasn't in front. He was on the
Nowhere
side
near,
of this
dude.
guy.
I'm telling you, it's fucked up, man. Hey, you guys take it for what it is. We appreciate you coming in. Thanks for the thumbs up, you people. Appreciate you. And we are gonna catch you guys on the next one, man.
Hold on. There's a little bit more to this video here.
Let's just fucking call it a day, because this America.
Look.
It's America.
So not stopping people from running up to the vehicle, right? Not stopping people from running up to the vehicle. There was all types of people running up to that vehicle, getting all types of photos of what happened. You better shoot them too. They came driving at you. Why didn't you shoot them too?
And so I want to see that white vehicle move because, you know, that was the vehicle blocking the roadway. But, yeah.
Wow. I'll share this link too.
That's crazy. That's so crazy to me. Really. But
All right.
it
There you
is.
go. There's that link for that video. So there was a little bit more context there. You had somebody drive right
got
through
it, Nudie.
stop.
You got it,
And,
Nitty. At the end of the day, never forget to remember. See you, folks.
Have a great day.